Writing is a solitary endeavor. It really is. You're here all alone, just like me, in my office, all alone, writing. And being all alone can make a huge difference to whether or not you continue to feel the energy to keep writing. And I think that that's what a lot of writers struggle with, is that there's nobody there to encourage them. There's nobody there to increase their energy for their project, right? They're just all alone writing. And it's lonely. It's a lonely endeavor. And it's hard to keep your energy up, to show up at your desk really excited and ready to go. And sometimes you do sit down and you're excited and ready to go. And then the next thing you know, an hour later or half an hour later, you're thinking, wow, I really wish I could talk to someone or see someone or discuss my project with someone. Anything but sitting here alone. Your energy begins to wane, and your interest and your focus also lessens. And that's what stops a lot of people from writing consistently and getting from start to finish. And in particular, I see this during November, during the Write Nonfiction in November challenge. A lot of people get going and they'll go to my Facebook page, the Write Nonfiction Now and in November Facebook page. And it used to be just called the Write Nonfiction in November page. But anyway, they go to the Facebook page and they, get excited to chat with people and to tell people about their project and report in on their progress. And then the next thing you know, they're all gone. They just disappear. And the reason is that they stop writing. And even though there's that virtual community on Facebook, they don't have a community to write with. And even the people who do National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, of course, WNFIN challenge is also called NaNoFiWriMo, National Nonfiction Writing Month. But anyway, even people who do NaNoWriMo, they tend to get together with other people occasionally, maybe once a week or something, for write-ins. But they have to pick up their computer and drag themselves off to some coffee shop somewhere, in the uncomfortable chairs to write with other people. And they'll do writing sprints and things like that. So what I have discovered is that there's a way to get community, to write in community, so you don't feel so alone without leaving the comfort of your home. You can stay in your comfy office chair or wherever it is you write, on your couch, and you can still write in community. And when you write in community, even a virtual community, it makes all the difference. It's the one thing that keeps you going. Seriously, I have discovered that having a virtual writing community makes a huge difference. And I saw this with, in my Nonfiction Writers University, we used to do virtual writing. And we met just on the phone in a teleconference line. And later we started doing it with Zoom meetings, so we could see each other some of the time. But while we wrote, people would just turn off their video and they'd mute themselves and we couldn't see each other, right? So anyway, it didn't matter that much that we couldn't see each other. What would happen is we would all be together and we'd be talking about our projects and what we were going to do and set our intentions. And then we would do some breathing exercises and we would do a little meditation and we get all psyched up to write. And we would write in sprints, just like NaNoWriMo or Pomodoro technique, right? And so we would add some high performance stuff to it, and like the meditation and the breathing and a trigger and intention setting, and then we would write, and then we'd come back and we'd report in on how we did, on how productive we were. And it was amazing how much people wrote, and they stuck with it for 2 hours, right? They sat for 2 hours and they wrote, and they were more productive than almost any other time. And I know this to be true for myself. So I have a remote work group. And we meet with Zoom and we get together 3 days a week for 2 hours. And the fact that we meet keeps me accountable to, and I was telling them the same thing. I'm working on my book during this time. That's what I do from 7 to 9 a.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I work on my book, and they keep me accountable for that. They'll ask me, did you work on your book? And it's easier for me to do this every day because I know that they're there. And not only do I know they're there, like in terms of they're waiting for me to show up and start the Zoom meeting, but once we're there, we don't turn off our video and we can see each other working. And there is something really, really powerful about seeing everybody else working. And you get a little bored or afraid and you start to want to procrastinate, and you click over to, away from Scrivener or Word document or Pages, whatever you're working in, and you click over to Zoom and you see everybody else working. Like, you can see they're looking at their computer, or maybe their screen's over here, and they're working. And now in my group, they're not all writing. Okay, they might be doing something else. But when you do this with a writing group, it's even more powerful because you could see everybody's writing. Everybody's doing the same thing. But I know that just having people working with me at that time is the one thing that keeps me productive. It really does. I want to be able to tell them that I accomplished a certain amount during that time. I want to be focused and productive. I keep my energy up by just seeing them there. That alone, being in community, keeps my energy up. And that's the one thing. The one thing is to be in community with other writers. And that's going to help you to start and finish the Write Nonfiction in November challenge. It's going to help you start a project and actually complete it in those 30 days. So, and then you can repeat that anytime, right? And you can keep your writing community. So find a writing community, find a couple people to work with virtually. Okay, you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. You really don't. Just find some people, some other writers to write with virtually, and create your own virtual writing room. See how it goes for you. So that's my lesson today. That's my training. The one thing that helps me get from start to finish, that helps me write consistently, that helps me feel the energy of a community so that I can complete a project in 30 days is, or any time for that matter, is having a community. And I suggest having a remote writing room, a virtual community. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you found that tip helpful, and I hope you're going to take the Write Nonfiction in November challenge and write something in 30 days. Start and finish something in 30 days. So that's it for today. Bye.